All right, well, I wanted to finally get around to doing a video that I've been planning for a while, a feature of this 25CR, because it's a very interesting watch. It's a first in a number of categories for Casio, and it's a very unique and beautiful watch. So this has the QW25 module, and this is the first of the first model of the third generation of original Casiotrons. So the first generation was the 01, 02, etc., with the 02 actually being the first, up to 06. And then there was like the S15, the R16 and 19, the R17 that I just covered in the X1 video. And then there was the third generation, which changed the model numbering again to having the first digits, instead of being a letter, being the number of the module number. So in this case, module 25, it's 25. And then CR for Casiotron round, or CS for Casiotron square. And then the last digits were like a style or case designator. So this this model was the first of that third generation of original Casiotrons, and it's also the first Casio watch to have an alarm. And in some printed advertising, I've even seen where this was just referred to as the Casio Alarm, and the 38CR was referred to as the Casiotron chronograph, because that was its unique first feature. So this was the first Casio to have an alarm, any capacity to make sound. And that also means that this, what we're looking at here, is the first Casio alarm icon. And so you can see this segment is pretty familiar, although it would change a little bit in later generations to be a little bit flatter. But there it's the dot with little radiating curves representing radiating acoustic waves. And so that's pretty cool. But also, all of the earlier models, the S15, R17, etc., all of those models tracked running seconds along the top of the display in segments that represented tens of seconds. And they would blink and they would show you approximately what second in the minute was. But this, in a first, showed you digital running seconds. So another very interesting first for this model. And it would also allow you to display the full date, month, date, year, which I've got this one to set to 1977, although the calendar does go to 2009, and the day of the week. And also we allow you to, in timekeeping mode, just show the date and day of the week full time, and then you get the blinking colon between the hour and minutes, letting you know that the watch is running and keeping time. But the very unique first for this watch was the running digital seconds. I'll talk briefly about this case. This is a beautiful cushion case. It also came in a square case, although this one is not in as good a condition, but with a nice integrated bracelet and a sleek. This would be like sort of a more modern sort of design, and also highlighting the alarm feature. Although this cushion case has a very interesting feature. in that and I'll see if I can highlight it there, it has this radiating sort of pattern on the dial, and you may be able to see that like basically it's like narrower toward the middle and broader, and their spacing between the lines is wider on the sides. So it's narrow in the middle and wider at the sides. And I don't know, but I think that is a kind of nod to like the Doppler effect, maybe, of sound waves being, dense or, more spread out. But that, like I said, it's pretty bright light in here, and it wouldn't show up on camera. You do see that in the sun, but it's really like, black lines on a dark gray background. So it doesn't stand out too much, but it's a very interesting thing to notice. In terms of features, the 25CR, you can toggle between showing the running seconds, the full date, or just the date in the bottom corner. It does only do AM, PM. It does not do military time or 24-hour time. And you can switch to alarm. And in alarm, you can toggle the alarm on and off, of course. And you can go, there is an adjust pusher here, but you don't need to do that to adjust the alarm. You can just press this, and then immediately the alarm mode pusher doesn't do anything in this case, and you can just adjust this with by pressing these here, and then select to increment to the next digit, and it does allow you to do tens and ones separately. And although interestingly, you can just press the alarm mode to directly set the alarm, and it's a kind of interesting thing it does. It will zero anything after what you're currently setting. So in this case, if I had something set in the tens, it would zero it. So let me see if I can show you that here. So in this case, we've got it set for 8, and if I want it set for just 8 o'clock, boom, I can hit that, and it will set the alarm and zero all of the numbers after it. If I wanted it set for 10, and so I had it set for 8:12 for some reason, and then I wanted it set for just 8:10, I could, set this as I wanted, or, maybe it's more likely I'd be trying to set it for 8:30 or something like that. Then I could hit that, and it would zero the rest. And it'll do the same for the hour, too. If I just hit that there, boom, it'll zero it. I'm not sure how practical that would come, how often that would come into use in everyday, wearing and use, but interesting thing about how this handles adjustment. Now, the time on this thing runs a little bit fast, so it's 9:34 right now. So first I'm going to set the time on this, and we will need to hit the adjust pusher for that. All right, and an interesting thing is that the adjust sort of behaves differently depending on what display mode you're in. To set the date and year, day of the week, etc., you just toggle it from timekeeping mode to the date, and then where's the thing? Boop. Okay, yeah, and then continue setting the date. And again, this goes to 2009, which is interesting. That must have been pretty, amazing, and in the mid 70s to have a watch with a calendar that would go to 2009. But it will also let you set the day of the week, so it's not a true perpetual calendar, but that's just pretty cool. And then you toggle between these with this, toggle between your whatever you want to set that way, and then you can toggle your day of the week. And I'm gonna adjust these in a bit here, but that's how it behaves in regular date mode. And then if you're in date display mode, along with the timekeeping, and you hit your adjust mode here, it will let you just adjust it will let you change the time and day of the week, but also the date. And it's very kind of odd that they let you do this. I would think you would just not allow it to enter adjustment mode here, but if you do, watch the day of the week. It's incrementing the day of the week along with that. I don't know where you would ever come into a situation where you would need to do this, but if for some reason the day is one behind, you've traveled into the past or something, you can adjust that, and it will automatically adjust the day of the week for you too. So just a very, very bizarre thing. And then in this time adjustment mode, the alarm doesn't do anything, and you'll have to press this to exit adjustment mode. So in our regular timekeeping mode, and I forgot to point out that also means that you have to be in the running digital seconds display mode in order to 0 the seconds. So here we go. I've just adjusted this. We're coming up on 9:38. So I'll get to adjusting this here. To 0 these, well, I'll do the minutes first. Oh, and another thing I wanted to point out is that as I'm doing this, there is a light on this model also, and it doesn't disable the light for adjustment mode. So it means that as I'm adjusting this watch, I'm just hammering the light, the little micro light, the little 50-year-old micro light. It kind of kills me that that I have to do that as I'm adjusting this watch, but it is what it is. That's how it works. So we're gonna get that up to 9:30, and it's already 9 p.m. So that's fine. And then we're back to the hour, and then I'm going to. All right, 0 it, and it's already Friday. Perfect. Okay, now let's have a look at that alarm. So it is 9:40. We'll set this for, and we can just hit this to automatically 0 it. If I was set to 9:45, I could get it to the 4 and hit the alarm, and it would 0 the minutes ones. And the alarm on this, Casio, I think, got what they wanted in an alarm pretty much the first go round, because this sounds just exactly like or almost exactly like a modern watch, a modern Casio. So yeah, 4 quick beeps. And most modern watches will alarm for 10 seconds or maybe 15 seconds. This will go for 30 seconds, and you can cut it short with the light by pressing the light pusher. But let's see. Oh yeah, I don't need that for this. But if we want to, just for kicks here, I'll show you something. It's let's see. Oh well, okay. So I undid that there, but this oops, I keep. Okay, if I go back to this now, it'll still be. There you go. Okay. So now it'll only alarm for a couple seconds because it's still in the first 30 seconds of the minute. Right, yeah. So now it's just switched to 9:41, and when the alarm stopped, it was at it just hit 30 seconds, and a pretty interesting thing. I'm gonna have to. I'll refer to the time I've just set here. If I let it get through to the new minute, okay, so it's 9:42, and it's just a funny effect of how this module works, that if I switch this to 9:42 right now, because it's still in the first 30 seconds of the minute, it's going to alarm. Because that's just how this thing does. It and there you go. You can silence it with the light, but what this thing really is doing is it's just sounding that alarm for the first 30 seconds of the minute. In later modules, there's a sort of logic where there's like hitting the new minute is the triggering event, and if you set the alarm to the current minute after it struck, it's not going to start alarming, because it didn't hit that point where it hit the first second of that minute. And that's just a sort of funny behavior of this module here. And then in alarm mode, yeah, so after it's the alarm has gone off, it'll disable itself, and then in alarm mode you can turn it back on and switch it back to your regular timekeeping there. Yeah, and as you can see, this one is in really gorgeous condition. This beautiful cushion case, and this big beautiful round crystal. I think this is the largest crystal on any Casiotron, and just amazing lines on this case. Although, if you wanted a more modern watch, in 1977 they also had the 25CS, meaning the module 25 Casiotron square, with all the same features. And this is the type of packaging and hang tag you would get during that time. A hang tag like so, and a display box. This is not the original lining here, unfortunately, but that's fine. This would have been felt along the bottom, and you can rotate that up to display it upright. Then also, I'm lucky enough to have some original documents with these. This is a warranty. I think this is a warranty care card for where you could maybe mail your watch if you had any issues. This is the actual warranty with some original stamp and some handwritten information regarding the warranty, and this fold-out style manual that comes like so. Ooh, and there's one more page on the back here. And I would, of course, love to see this because there's probably a really great introduction on the watch, but it's on Japanese. But this is the type of manual you would get with your 25CR if you had purchased it in 1977. So there you go. There's the Casiotron 25 CR, the first Casio with an alarm, first Casio with running digital seconds, and the first of the third generation of original Casiotrons. I hope you enjoyed it.